For the first time this season over at the West Perry Varsity Softball Field here in Elliotsburg, Pennsylvania, we have West Perry Softball in action at home for the first time this season as the West Perry Mustangs host the Trinity Shamrocks in a non-conference matchup in the Mid-Penn Conference. Hello everyone watching on the West Perry Athletic Department YouTube channel. My name is Alex Wall, the Golden Pipes of West Perry Athletics, here for this very exciting non-conference matchup between the Mustangs and the Shamrocks. The Mustangs coming to this game still looking for their first win of the year. They are 0-2. Their first two games were on the road at Big Spring and then at Shippensburg last night. Just 24 hours ago, the Mustangs were down 10-2 after 4 innings, but they almost made a miraculous comeback against the Greyhounds by making it 10-9. But then Shippensburg was able to pull up on the defense for a little bit in the last 2 innings, and the Greyhounds were victorious 11-9 against the Mustangs in West Perry's last matchup yesterday. The Trinity Shamrocks come to this game 2 wins and 1 loss. They have 1 win and 1 loss in the Mid-Penn Conference Capital Division, as the Trinity Shamrocks are coming off a big 10-0 win yesterday at home against Camp Hill. The Shamrocks dominating the Lions just 24 hours ago. These two teams, former rivals in the Mid-Penn Capital Division. West Perry going to the Mid-Penn Colonial Division a couple of years back. And as of right now, the West Perry Mustangs, heading into today's game, has a 10-game winning streak against the Trinity Shamrocks. So it's definitely a good sign for the Mustangs in their home opener. Lauren Foster is the starting pitcher for the Mustangs. Trinity a year ago went 13 wins, 7 losses. They were the number 4 seed in the District 3 AAA playoffs. Trinity now bumping up to 4A this year. And the Shamrocks a year ago in those District 3 AAA playoffs lost to the number 5 seed on their home field. They lost to Susquehanna in the quarterfinals by a score of 10-6. Susquehanna will later move on to the district championship game and qualify for the state playoffs. Last year, West Perry in each of the last 2 seasons, in fact, have identical records, 5 wins and 15 losses in each of the last 2 seasons. And it's a new era for West Perry softball, still a new coach, but what's different this year for this West Perry squad, there are no players now from the 2019 state championship team. They all graduated last year, and so it's a whole new ball game. Still some familiar faces out there on the field, and we are getting set, ready to go for first pitch here. This game was originally started for 3:30, but it was heavy rain for a little bit. It's dying down a little bit. Still a few drops here and there, but the umpires and the officials getting together, and they said play ball, and here we go with our first pitch coming up. Lauren Foster is the starting pitcher for the Mustangs, and leading off for the Shamrocks is number 22, Molly Manning. Molly Manning looking at the first pitch from Lauren Foster and takes it for ball 1. There has been some speculation for the West Perry softball team. A very young team this year. Only 3 seniors, including Alexa Frederick, who we'll see later, and as well. And this ball is popped up and it's got to be caught by the shortstop. That's Taylor Lufer, another senior this year for West Perry. And that is how the game will get started, with a fly out to the shortstop. Up next here is number 20, the second baseman, Ali Aschenbrenner. Aschenbrenner, the Trinity Shamrock second baseman. And first wind-up pitch is in for a call, strike 1. Looking at the rest of the lineup for Trinity, batting third on deck will be Maddie Smith, the pitcher. Batting fourth is the catcher, Molly Whitmire. Batting fifth is the third baseman, Taylor Lawrence. And there's a pop out there. Yes, there was. So there are 2 very quick outs to the shortstop for both plays. 4 pitches, 2 outs already. Here is the Trinity Shamrocks pitcher, number 17, Maddie Smith. We'll get into the rest of the lineup in just a moment. And the first pitch, looked a bit up high, but it's called strike one. We want to thank everyone at home for tuning in on the West Prairie Athletic Department YouTube channel. My name is Alex Wall, the Golden Pipes of West Prairie Athletics. Yesterday we had a baseball game, and this ball is ripped foul just barely down the line. And it's a new spot if you haven't noticed already. Last year when I was doing softball, I was down on the other side of the field at field level, right at the edge of the dugout for a junior varsity baseball field, but they tore down a part of this championship banner that we have for the last couple of seasons. This pitch is popped up and caught by the pitcher Lauren Foster, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. 3 pop-ups. And 1-2-3 inning go to Shamrocks. We are going to the bottom of first with no score. We'll be right back. We are back here now for the bottom of the first inning. Here's the starting lineup for the West Prairie Mustangs. Batting first is the senior center fielder, Emily McCurdy. Batting second will be the pitcher, Lauren Foster. Batting third will be the shortstop, number 4, Taylor Lufer. Batting fourth will be the left fielder, Ashton Krauser. Batting fifth is the freshman first baseman, Addie Wiest. Batting sixth is designated player senior, Molly Nelson. Batting seventh is the third baseman, senior number 17, Alexa Frederick. And Corey Klein will be batting 8th. She will be the catcher. And batting 9th is the second baseman, Chada Swarner. First pitch ball in the dirt. The Trinity pitcher is number 17, Maddie Smith. And look out, 1-0. Swings at the next pitch. And this is going to get safe at the plate at first base. Emily McCurdy, the big speed threat. We are so used to seeing her speed throughout the years. Emily McCurdy getting started with an infield single. Here's a rip here for Lauren Foster. That's going to go over left field stand. This got to be extra bases. And Emily McCurry showing off her speed once again. And it's a 1-0 game just like that for the West Prairie Mustangs. Lauren Foster, first pitch swinging, and she gets all of it down the third base line for an RBI double. Up next here is Taylor Lupfer. Great start here, Lauren Foster, junior this year. On fire. 1-2-3 inning for her in the first. And now she has a base hit. Now it's calling the rundown, and nothing doing there. So it'll be ruled an infield single for Taylor Lupfer. 3 straight hits to start this game for the Mustangs. Lauren Foster staying put at second. Up next here is Ashlyn Krauser, the left fielder for the Mustangs. And here's the first pitch. Big swing and a miss. Strike one. 3 straight hits, including an RBI double from Lauren Foster, gives West Poly a 1-0 lead. And now runners at first and second with nobody out still. And there's a call, strike 2. This is going to be the first at bat for West Prairie to face at least 3 pitches. A big house here tonight. Might have been bigger, but there's a swing and a miss. That's going to be strike 3. Ashton Glauser becomes the first out of the bottom of the first inning. Up next here is Addie Weist, freshman this year. Newcomer for the West Prairie Mustangs. She is the first baseman. And she looks to keep the pressure on here on the Trinity Shamrocks. And she swings at the first pitch and fouls it back. A new segment we have this year for our spring sports is that every day, as many of you might be well aware of, that every day there is a national day of something. Like you look at May 4th, it's National Star Wars Day. New Year's Eve, December 31st, it's National Champagne Day for obvious reasons. So we're going to highlight what national day is today and every single day for our broadcast. There's a swing and a miss for Addie West. 0-2 the count here. So today's National Day, this is a weird one, ladies and gentlemen. Today is National Eiffel Tower Day. And we're going to hold up on that because this pitch is popped up and is caught by a shortstop. That's the second out. So today is National Eiffel Tower Day. So we will have a discussion about this on our West Prairie Athletic Park YouTube channel live chat here. If you have a location that's on your bucket list, if you could go anywhere in the world, it doesn't have to be the Eiffel Tower. I've been there. It's actually pretty cool. But if there's any place that you ever wanted to go that's on your bucket list, where is it? We want to know, what is your location on your bucket list? There's always at least one. For me, that would be a 12,000-mile road trip to visit every single stadium in Major League Baseball. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike here to Molly Nelson. Nelson is a senior as well. Actually, I take it back. She's actually a junior. My mistake there. And there is ball 2 to the designated player for the Mustangs. Rain started to pick up a little bit. But according to our friends over at ABC 27 Weather Center, Eric Finkenbeiner saying this should be light showers, should stop around 6 o'clock. And there's a call, strike 2 to the West Prairie designated player. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners on first and second. This ball is chopped foul. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes. Runners on first, second. 2-2 once again, and just outside for ball 3. Having some little bit of a static here. Okay, try to fix that up here. And this ball is swung on and fouled away. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes. Three balls, 2 strikes here to Molly Nelson. Rounds on first, second with 2 outs. Here's the full count pitch. And just low, and the bases are now loaded with 2 outs. Lauren Foster goes to third. Taylor Lufer goes over to second. Molly Nelson at first. And here comes the senior. Big time power from Alexa Frederick. A big triathlete here at West Prairie. Great field hockey goalkeeper. Great basketball player. And she shows her power right here in softball. But she pops this ball up. And this is going to be caught by Bridget Schalk, the first baseman. And that will end the inning. West Prairie strikes for 2. Or excuse me, strikes for 1. And we are going to the second inning with a 1-0 lead. You are watching West Prairie Softball against the Trinity Shamrocks exclusively on the West Prairie Athletic Power YouTube channel. We'll be right back for the second inning. We are back here now getting set for the top of the second inning. West Prairie 1 run on 3 hits. No errors, leaving the bases loaded in the bottom of the first inning. Now we go over to the top of the second inning. As 4, 5, and 6 hitters after the first 3 batters went down in order in the first inning. Lauren Foster looking to keep that momentum going. She only threw 7 pitches in the first inning, and now here we are in the second with a 1-0 lead. And here's the first pitch to Molly Whitmire. And it's way up high for strike one, or excuse me, ball one. West Prairie Baseball is also at home today. They are facing Juniata. As far as we know, that game is going on right now on the other side of the campus here. And here's the second pitch on 1-0 and swung on a miss for strike one. Very routine first inning for Lauren Foster. 3 pop-ups in the infield. 2 of them to the shortstop and 1 right back to Lauren Foster. 1 ball, 1 strike pitch coming up here to Whitmire. Here it is, and swung on. That's going to get fouled away for strike 2. I'm loving this location right here. We have a middle school soccer game going on right behind me here. And I'm thinking West Prairie is winning, and it looks like 2-1 actually. Right underneath the scoreboard here, and that's how we get all our equipment here plugged in. And there's a slow roller in the dirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes here to the Trinity catcher. Trinity Shamrocks a year ago was the number 4 seed in the District 3 AAA playoffs. They are now in Quad A this year. And West Prairie is also in Quad A. 0-2 looking for their first win, and this ball is up high for ball 3. So now it's a full count at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Wrapping up our first week of the spring sports season, we have West Prairie Baseball twice this week. They have their 3rd home game today, happening right now against Juniata. They start off the season with a win on Tuesday against Big Spring, and then yesterday they had a tough loss against Shippensburg, so West Prairie Baseball is 1-1. Good diving effort there for Alexa Frederick, but it's fouled, so still full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Good ball, Whitmire, the number 4 hitter. The only thing I can really see an issue of being over here out in right field is when the activities bus goes. They're the buses that pick up athletes whenever they're done with practicing. And I mean, obviously they're not going to pick anybody up here today, but they're going to roll by in front of us probably around 5 o'clock. So, I mean, that only lasts a few seconds. And there's ball 4 in the dirt. So, Trinity Shamrocks has their first base runner of the game on a leadoff walk here to Molly Whitmire. And up next here is the third baseman, Taylor Lawrence. Corey Shope, the head coach for West Prairie softball. He was part of the coaching staff in the 2019 state championship team. 2019, that was a season that West Prairie fans will never forget. A rare pitch out here, and that's going to be, I believe that was going to be ball one, and it is. I had to look up on the scoreboard for that one for a second. And this pitch is missed outside as well for ball two. Lauren Foster now under pressure for the first time with a base runner on first. Taylor Lawrence, the third baseman for Trinity Shamrocks. Hey, here's the swing, and that's fouled for strike one. Didn't one of the Trinity basketball teams make it to the District 3 championship game? I know Cedar Cliff, they made it to the state championship on the girls basketball side. And there's ball three. 3 balls and 1 strike here to Taylor Lawrence. And early trouble here to start the second inning. Runner on first with nobody out. 3-1 pitch coming up from Lauren Foster has swung high in the air out towards right field. Shay Dyer going to make the grab, and there's the first out. Runner staying put at first. Good hustle there for Shay Dyer. She had to go a long way. Shay Dyer, the sophomore here at West Prairie. Another great tryout. She also plays field hockey and basketball, just like Alexa Frederick does. And this ball is hit hard out to left field as a line drive, and it's going to be caught by Ashton Krause. And there's the second down. That ball is hit hard by Aubrey Holtzapfel. And very quickly, there are 2 outs now. Here is Ariel Cook now, the number 7 hitter for the Shamrocks. And I believe West Prairie has just tied the game up over, and that was a tough play to have, but it's got to be ruled an infield single on first pitch swing for Ariel Cook. First pitch swing gets an infield single on Alexa Frederick. Trying to get the lead runner at second, but to no avail. And up next here is Ari Gist, excuse me. Ari Gist, the designated player for the Shamrocks, batting 8th. And she swings at the first pitch for strike 1. Top of the second inning, 1-0 lead for the Mustangs, but Trinity is threatening here with runners on first and second. And there's ball 1. Two outs. Molly Whitmire at second. Ariel Cook at first. Here's the next pitch, and it's popped high in the air. Calling for us the second baseman. That is Jada Swarner, and she makes the grab, and that is the end of the inning. Trinity gets 2 base runners, including their first hit. But the Mustangs still with a 1-0 lead. We'll be right back for the bottom of the second inning. not much of a warm-up here for Matty Smith, the Trinity pitcher, because the coaches and the umpires had a little discussion. Don't necessarily know what that was about. But here we go with the bottom of the second inning. Westbury looking to increase their 1-0 lead. Up next here is the number 8 hitter for Westbury, Carly Cleland, a senior this year. Carly Cleland with her first at-bat at home this season. And there's ball one. Trinity have 2 runners on base in the top of the second inning, including a first base hit. And it's 2-0 here to Cleveland. Looking for a scoring update perhaps later for Westbury Baseball. They are hosting Juniata today. And there's strike one call to Carly Cleveland. Again, this game was originally scheduled for 3:30 today. But a little bit of rain earlier today, but it has come to a halt as of right now, so looks like we might be good for the rest of the day. That was strike 2, fouled away, so 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Field might be a little bit wet, but the officials, coaches, and players saying play on. We don't want to postpone this game any further. We want 3 games this week. Technically, this is Trinity's 4th game this week. And that ball is fouled away. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes. And remember, this is a West Prairie team that used to face Trinity twice every single year. And for many years, they would dominate the Shamrocks. In fact, West Prairie hang into today's game with the Shamrocks. They have a 10-game winning streak against them. So confidence is definitely high for the West Prairie Mustangs, and the Mustangs have a leadoff base hit from Carly Cleveland up center field. And just like the first thing, the Mustangs go ahead with a leadoff base hit. Here comes the number 9 hitter, Jada Swarner. Swarner, the second baseman for West Prairie. And West Prairie Middle School Soccer just scored a goal behind me, and while that was happening, this ball's going to go all the way out to the outfield fence, and running for it is Swarner, and her first base hit at home is a triple. An RBI triple for Jada Swarner, and it's now a 2-0 lead. Jada Swarner, a rip out to center field. It got past the center fielder. And it's now a 2-0 lead, and a very quick visit here to the pitching circle for the Trinity infielders. Saying, hey, relax now, because now we're back to the top of the lineup here for the Mustangs. Here is Emily McCurdy. Just like that, 9 batters up through the first 2 innings. And back to the top of the lineup we go. Emily McCurdy reached first on an infield single to lead off this game, and she swings at the first pitch for strike 1. Confidence is definitely high here for the Mustangs. A young team, but with an 0-2 record, I mean, against 2 very good teams, no less, Big Spring and Shippensburg. And now they got Trinity, who made it to the district playoffs a year ago. 1 ball, 1 strike here to McCurdy. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and this has popped up, and that's got to get fouled for strike 2. Trouble here early on here for Emily McCurdy. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Maddie Smith, the Trinity pitcher, looking to get out of this inning with around 30 even, and this ball just gets under the glove of the third baseman, Taylor Lawrence, and gets fouled, fortunately, for the Shamrocks. Runner on third with nobody out. That is Jada Swarner after the RBI triple. This is probably something we're going to see a lot of fresh game balls here as they get dirty. And this ball, it was swung and caught by the catcher, but then dropped by the catcher. That's Molly Whitmire. That would have been strike three if she just hang on. But new life here for Emily McCurdy. And the next extra life pitch is popped up and caught by the third baseman Taylor Lawrence. And that's the first out of the inning. So here's Lauren Foster. Emily McCurney now 1 for 2. Runner stays play at third base. Lauren Foster had the RBI single in the first inning. And there's strike one to Lauren Foster. Have you ever thought of becoming a softball umpire? Now's your opportunity. Go to PIAA.org to find out how you can become a PIAA official. Again, that is PIAA.org. 1 ball, 1 strike now to Lauren Foster. Here comes a 1-1 pitch from Smith. And swung on, chopped foul off the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swarner still at third base after the RBI triple for her. Make it a 2-0 game for the Mustangs. Here's the 1-2 again. Just outside for ball 2. Good take there for Lauren Foster. I guess there was halftime there for soccer. And there's ball 3 now to Lauren Foster. Again, we're right under the scoreboard over the soccer field behind us here. And there is a soccer game going on. West Prairie Middle School Soccer taking on a team I do not know. And this ball is ripped, and this got to get out to left field. And this got to be an RBI single for Lauren Foster. Foster, back-to-back singles, 2 RBIs for her already, and that was on a full count pitch. And it's now a 3-0 game for the Mustangs. Jada Swarner scores from third. And up next here is Taylor Lupfer. She had a base hit in the first inning. And there goes Lauren Foster going for second, and this pitch is dropped. Or that ball is dropped, I should say. Yeah, not the pitch. The ball. And it's a stolen base for Lauren Foster. Don't know what the pitch was. It was ball 1 or strike 1, but I guess it doesn't really matter as the next pitch is swung on and hit out towards left field, and another run got across the score, and Taylor Lupfer extends it to a double. A risky maneuver there, going to second on the throw, so that's going to be ruled an RBI double. Lauren Foster scores from second after stealing second. And it's now a 4-0 game for the Mustangs. Good start here for the Mustangs, and here comes Ashton Krauser. She struck out swinging in her first at-bat. Looking to make up for it here with a runner on second and only 1 out. And, that pitch hits Krauser on the first pitch. I don't think it was intentional. It was on the lower part of her leg there, her left leg specifically. So hit by pitch puts runners at first and second. And up next here is Addie Wiest. She popped out to shortstop to end the first inning. Now she's got runners at first and second here. And first pitch is swung back, fouled away. We just got an update for West Prairie Baseball that they're playing. we don't know the score of it, but they're playing against Julian. This pitch is hit high in the air and called for the shortstop Holtzapfel. And that is the second out of the inning. The eighth batter coming up in this inning now is Molly Nelson, the designated player. She walked her first time up, so no official at-bat for her. 2 outs. Taylor Lufer at second. Ashton Klauser at first after being hit by a pitch. And there's ball 1 to the West Prairie designated player. Nelson got the count full in her first at-bat in the first inning. Second inning, 4-0 the score. West Prairie scoring 3 runs in this inning. And this ball is fouled away for strike 1. Yeah, no necessarily a very pretty day in terms of weather. Game time temperature is at 52 degrees. So, I mean, it could be better, but the same temperature it was yesterday. And yesterday we had no clouds in the sky. Today it's a whole different story. This ball was fouled away, and that's got to be strike 2. Next week it's supposed to get a lot warmer. Like I saw on Monday, it's supposed to get up to like 70 degrees. And we have a softball game here on Monday. That would be fantastic weather. And then I think we have a baseball game on Wednesday, next Wednesday, and I heard it's supposed to be close to 80 degrees on Wednesday. So it's got to be real nice starting next week. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Both runners have fans on a wild pitch there. So now 2 runners in scoring position on a 2-2 count, and strike 3 called. So Trinity stops the bleeding there. But the Mustangs with 3 runs in this inning, and we're going to the third inning with a 4-0 lead. You are watching West Prairie Softball against the Trinity Shamrocks exclusively on the West Prairie Athletic Park YouTube channel. We'll be right back for the third inning. We are back here getting set for the top of the third inning. West Prairie scoring 3 runs in the second inning. West Prairie scoring 3 runs on 4 hits. No errors, leaving 2 runners in scoring position, however. So 4-0 lead after 2 innings. And here come the Shamrocks. 9-1-2 hitters do up. Here's Bridget Schock, the first baseman for Trinity. And she swings at first pitch and chops it foul for strike 1. While we're here in the third inning, now is a good time for a West Prairie Athletic Department trivia question of the game. And today your question is, this is a tough one today. These 2 teams, West Prairie and Trinity, which of these 2 teams has a better winning percentage in the District 3 tournament? Out of West Prairie and Trinity, which of these teams has a better winning percentage in the history of the District 3 playoffs? No balls and 2 strikes very quickly here. And the swing and right to Lauren Foster over to first in time. That's the first out. So now back to the top of the lineup. Lauren Foster facing Molly Manny. Manny popped out the shortstop her first time out, making her 0 for 1. That's like a lot of the other girls on the Trinity team. And there is strike one to the Shamrock center fielder. A new segment for us this year. We have a national day of something every single day. And it's been, if you all know, like Star Wars Day, it's May 4th. And there's the call, strike two to Manny. Today's day, it's a weird one. Today is National Eiffel Tower Day. So we want to know, have you been to the Eiffel Tower? If you haven't, we want to know what is your bucket list item on where you want to go. Everyone has one. Like for me, is to take a big road trip and go see a game in every Major League Baseball stadium. Like, that's just me. And there's a high fastball on an 0-2 count. So 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. Or excuse me, 2 balls and 2 strikes the count. This game getting a little too fast for me. Feel like I'm in Major League Baseball with the new pitch clock rule. 3 balls and 2 strikes after that delivery from Lauren Foster. Still on the mound for her 3rd inning of work. So we want to know, have you ever been to the Eiffel Tower? It's actually pretty cool. I've been there one time. It's actually pretty cool. It's a lot cooler to see in person. And there's ball 4 in the dirt. So Manny gets on first with a 1-out base on balls. So what is the one place you always wanted to go see? Your bucket list location, if you will. For me, I have 30 of them. Every single Major League Baseball stadium. I've been to quite a few of them. I've been to Boston before. The first one I ever went to was AT&T Park, now Oracle Park, which is home to the San Francisco Giants. And there's ball 1 to Ali Aschenbrenner. She popped out to the shortstop her first at bat. Run on first with 1 out here. And that hits the batter. Aschenbrenner goes over to first on a hit by pitch. Molly Manny goes over to second. And the Shamrocks have a good opportunity to get on the scoreboard for the first time. Here is Maddie Smith. She popped out to Lauren Foster her first time out. To end the first inning, in fact. And there's ball 1. Lauren Foster, a junior, having some trouble finding the strike zone. There's the next pitch, and that's down low for ball 2. And, ooh, that pitch looked a bit down low, but it's called strike 1. Definitely doing a favor for the pitcher as a home plate umpire. I forgot to get the names of the umpires today. I do apologize for that. And here's a swing and ground ball. This could be 2. Oh, smart move to go over to third base by the shortstop Taylor Lupfer. So it's got to be ruled a fielder's choice, and there's got to be 2 outs now. Ali Aschenbrenner goes over to second. Maddie Smith reaches first on a fielder's choice. Smart move to get the leadoff runner at third base on the force. 2 outs now with runners still at first and second. And here's Molly Whitmire now. She started the second inning with a leadoff walk. I don't necessarily know what the delay is right here. It's not a pinch hitter, I know that much. First pitch. Oh, we have a pinch runner. That was the delay. A pinch runner here for Trinity. It's number 11. We do not have a number 11 in our roster, so we do apologize for that. 1-1 here to Molly Whitmire. There's a swing, ground ball, slow roll over to the second baseman, Jada Swarner, flip over the first, and that will end the inning. Trinity gets a couple of base runners, but nothing doing. Still 4-0 lead for the Mustangs. We'll be right back for the bottom of the third inning. We're back here now for the bottom of the third inning. This is what I was talking about earlier. Activity buses, they pick up the students who are in practice who need a trip home. And there's 3 of them, so this is going to block our feeling for a little bit. But it's Alexa Frederick. Alexa Frederick is going to lead us off here for the Mustangs. 7, 8, and 9 hitters do that for the Mustangs. Alexa Frederick looking at ball 1. And there go the activity buses. Ball 2 in the dirt for Frederick. Alexa Frederick, a senior, big-time power hitter, but she popped out to first base her first time. I'm making her 0 for 1, but now facing a 2-0 count to lead us off here in the bottom of the third inning. And there is a call strike 1. 2 balls in the strike. Wes Perry, 4 runs on 7 hits through the first 2 innings. And that pitch is up high for ball 3. 3 balls in a strike. And here's the next pitch, and up high, ball 4. So Alexa Frederick, the power hitter for the Mustangs, gets a leadoff walk. And up next here is Carly Cleland. She led off the second inning with a base hit. And later came around to score. And a big inning for the Mustangs back in the second. And there is the first pitch strike to Carly Cleland, the West Perry catcher. Now, talk about Alexa Frederick for a little bit, because she is one of the most powerful hitters I've ever seen in this sport. I'm not joking about that. Actually, she has that big time power, and like when she hits the ball, sometimes she just gets under it to pop it up, but when she gets a hold of it, she rips it, and it is crushed almost every single time. Now 2 balls in a strike to Carly Cleland. Back-to-back pitches outside the strike zone. And there is strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Carly Cleland. And here's a ground ball, and it's going to get fouled. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes. One of the most memorable games I'll never forget was right here at home where Alexa Frederick against James Buchanan. I believe it was either James Buchanan or Big Spring last year. And she went 4 for 4 with 4 doubles. And I said after the first 3 doubles, I was like, wow, she's getting 3 doubles. And here's a base hit here for Carly Cleveland, making her 2 for 2 with a single. Alexa Frederick staying put at second, or going to second. And the Mustangs are now rolling. Bottom lineup doing some good for the Mustangs. And up next here is Jada Swarner, a freshman. Her first at-bat resulted in an RBI triple. Now she's got 2 runners on with nobody out. And she swings at the first pitch, and this is going to get fouled back for strike 1. First pitch swinging for the second consecutive at-bat for Swarner. There's the next pitch, a line drive, and it's going to go to shortstop and out at second. And it'll be ruled a fielder's choice. Carly Cleveland out at second. Alexa Frederick going over to third. Swarter reaching first on the fielder's choice. So now we're back to the top of the lineup here. Here is Emily McCurdy. She popped out to third base her last time up. She's 1 for 2. Yeah, that 4 double game for Alexa Frederick last year. That was incredible. And an easy stolen base here for Jada Swarner. So now you got 2 runners in scoring position with only 1 out. And Emily McCurdy, good hitter. Big time speed threat for the Mustangs. And she swings at this one and just goes over the reaching effort of the shortstop, Aubrey Holtzapfel. And now a run comes across the score because of that. Alexa Frederick scores from third. And it is now a 5-0 game with an RBI double for Emily McCurdy. See, she didn't really hit that hard, ladies and gentlemen. But she has that big-time speed. And when a fielder does not make the play, when it's popped up like that, Emily McCurdy is going to make you pay for it. So it's an RBI double officially for Emily McCurdy. Jada Swarner goes over to third on it. Good stuff here for the Mustangs. In the white uniforms. It can be tricky sometimes when you got 2 teams that have the same colors, the green and white, being well represented here today. Trinity in the green uniforms, West Prairie in the white uniforms with green numbers. So here we go, back to Lauren Foster. Number 2 on the lineup, and she's 2 for 2. 2 base hits, 2 RBIs, and she has a chance for more. Lauren Foster doing everything here, from pitching to hitting. Can she keep the momentum going? And here is ball 1 to the West Prairie pitcher. Sounds like it's a very high-scoring game behind me here, or soccer. And there's a ground ball, and a run is going to come across the score on the play. So a 6-3 put out with the RBI. That becomes the second out, and a run comes across the score and makes it 6-0. Jada Swarner scores from third. And Emily McCurdy goes over to third. Here's Taylor Looper, swings and caught! Snagged up third base by Taylor Lawrence. First pitch swing for Taylor Looper. And that will end the inning. West Prairie strikes for 2 more runs in the inning. They now lead it 6-0 after 3. You are watching West Prairie softball home opener against the Trinity Shamrocks exclusively on the West Prairie Athletic Power YouTube channel. We'll be right back for the 4th inning of this one. We are back here now for the fourth inning. Westbury up by 6. Westbury Mustangs have scored at least one run in every single inning. For Westbury, 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, leaving one runner on third base back in the third inning. And now, top of the fourth inning, 5, 6, and 7 here is doing for the Shamrocks. This ball is ripped and it's off the wall. Left fielder got to make a play on it, and it's a leadoff double for Taylor Lawrence. First extra base hit of the game for the Trinity Shamrocks. And that was right off the wall. A little higher, and if it was hit harder enough, it would have been a home run. It was close. Up next here is Aubrey Holtzapfel. She lined out to the left fielder her first time up, and she swings at her first pitch and fouls it off for strike 1. That's also only the second hit of the game for the Trinity Shamrocks. They have 1 hit in the second inning. Great game overall, though, for the Westbury Mustangs. A year ago, they won on the home opener in a tough matchup against the Waynesboro Maidens for their home opener a year ago. Waynesboro, a very good team a year ago. And here's the swing, and diving over there for the shortstop, Taylor Luther, and it's going to be back-to-back base hits, and catch napping Alexa Frederick. Alexa Frederick was caught hanging on to the ball, and Aubrey Holtzauer takes full advantage of it. She extends it to a double. Taylor Lawrence over at third. Aubrey Holtzapfel at second. Here's Ariel Cook. She hit a base hit her first time up. And this ball gets off of Carly Cleveland, but no runners advancing. 1 ball, no strikes to Cook, the Trinity Shamrocks right fielder. And there's ball 2. Trinity Shamrocks trying to get back into this game. 2 runners in scoring position with nobody out. And that's ball 3 up high. 3 balls, no strikes. Big inning coming up here for the Trinity Shamrocks, it looks like. A 3-0. Chopper foul. That's a surprising swing right there on 3-0. Guess she really wants an RBI or 2 of them if she can get one out in the outfield. 3 balls and 1 strike here to Cook. Here's the next pitch from Lauren Foster. And just missing for ball 4. So for the second time in this game, in back-to-back innings, actually, I take that back. The first time in this game, the Trinity Shamrocks have the bases loaded, and now Westbury head coach Corey Shope is going to come out for a discussion with the infielders. A 6-0 lead. Sounds like a very comfortable lead for a lot of teams, but the Trinity Shamrocks are 1 string away from getting right back into this game. Number 8 hitter, Ari Gist, is back on. Swinging, batting here for the Trinity Shamrocks. Bases are loaded, full Shamrocks here. Taylor Lawrence at third, Aubrey Holtzapfel at second, Ariel Cook at first. Here's Eric Gust. Gust looking at the first pitch and swings on the first pitch and fouls it off for strike 1. That's the 0-1 pitch from Foster. And that's down low. Good stop there by Cleveland. Ball one. 1 ball on the strike. We'll have our answer to our West Prairie Athletic Park trivia question of the game after this at-bat. Again, which of these two teams, West Prairie or Trinity, has the highest winning percentage in the history of the District 3 tournament? And this pitch is fouled away, and it's going to be strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes here to the Shamrocks right fielder. The 1-2. Swing and a miss and throw to first and safe. Oh, good effort there for Carly Cleveland. Trying to catch Ariel Cook, caught at first. But 1 out here, first strikeout of the game for Lauren Foster. And that's the first out of the inning. Bases are still loaded for the number 9 hitter, Bridget Stock. She grounded out to Lauren Foster, her first inning, facing the new pitcher for the Mustangs. This a base hit. Going to really turn this game back on. And here's a swing. That's chopped at the plate. Strike 2. 2 outs with runners in scoring position. And 0-2 count. Weiss trying to get out of this inning. And here's the 0-2 and taken just outside for ball 1. Good pitch right there for Weiss. Seems he can try to get Smith chasing it. But good take there for Maddie Smith. And swing and a miss. Strike 3. West Prairie limits the damage. But 3 runs come across the score in the 4th inning. We are going to the bottom of the 4th. Now a 6-3 lead for the Mustangs. Very quickly here, we're here in the bottom of the 4th inning. A swing and a miss for Ashlyn Krauser. Krauser was hit by the first pitcher in her last at-bat, and here she swings at the first one and misses for strike 1. And this pitch is fouled back as well for strike 2. Trinity, 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors, leaving 2 runners on base. All 3 runs were earned in the top of the 4th inning. Here we are in the bottom of the 4th inning. Now a 6-3 lead for the Mustangs. This game is back to being a ball game, pretty much. West Prairie has 6-0 lead after 3 innings. Trinity right back into this game, and here is ball 1 in the dirt to Ashton Krauser. Krauser, the left fielder for the Mustangs, she struck out swinging in the 1st and was hit by a pitch in the 2nd. Here she is to lead off the 4th, and there's a pitch up high for ball 2. Right now, here is our answer to our West Prairie Athletic Pirate trivia question of the game, and it's a good one, ladies and gentlemen. It's a tricky one here today. These 2 programs, West Prairie and Trinity, and this line drive, and that's going to get fouled down the 3rd base line. That was fairly close. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes. West Prairie or Trinity, which of these 2 teams has a better winning percentage in the District 3 playoffs? The answer is West Perry. It is very close. West Perry all time in the District 3 playoffs has 11 wins and 13 losses. That is a 45.8 winning percentage. For Trinity, they have 9 wins and 12 losses in the District 3 playoffs all time. And this ball gets tapped around a little bit. Trinity has a 42.8 winning percentage in the District 3 playoffs. And that's going to be a base hit for Ashton Krauser, our first hit of the game. So leadoff single. In every inning so far in this game, West Prairie Mustangs had a leadoff base runner. And there is Alexa Frey. This is hit high and dropped. Dropped by the center fielder. This is going to be rolling an E8. And a roll to third and safe. That ball was hit high. Actually, that was Addie Weist. My mistake. That's not Alexa Frey. That was Addie Weist. That ball was hit high and deep. It was almost gone for what it looked like for a second. So it's going to be rolling an E8, unfortunately. But it gives West Perry runners at second and third. That ball was dropped by the center fielder, Molly Manny. Here's Molly Nelson now. And she looks at strike one. Nelson, 0 for 1. She struck out looking her last time up. And now we're going to have a pinch runner coming up here for the Mustangs. New pitcher, Addie Weist. And it's going to be number 6, Celine Hoffman. Now running at second for Addie Weist. So yeah, which of these two teams has a better winning percentage in the District 3 playoffs? West Perry does. 45.8% percentage in the District 3 playoffs. Trinity, 42.8. It is very close between these two programs. The last time that West Perry beat the Mustangs, it's been a while. It was back on May 2nd, 2014. It was at Trinity. It was actually Trinity senior night for the Shamrocks. And there is strike to Molly Nelson, making it 0 and 2. And here's the swing, and that goes off the top of the fence here down the third baseline. Still no balls and 2 strikes to Molly Nelson. After this inning, we have an unfortunate update to provide for West Prairie fans everywhere, especially for the wrestling team. We have an update. Lost a great member of our wrestling fan, our West Prairie fan base here, and we want to acknowledge that after this half inning. 6-3 here. And check swing, and it's a full swing. Molly Nelson down on strikes for the second time. This time she goes down swinging. That becomes the first out of the inning. And now here's Alexa Frederick. First baseman now. Frederick 0 for 1. She walked her last time up, came around to score. And there's strike one looking to Alexa Frederick. And Frederick hacks at this one, and she misses 0-2 at the low ball. West Prairie trying to get a couple runs back from the top of the fourth inning. The 0-2 down in the dirt, ball one. Worth noting, Maddie Smith is still on the pitching circle for the Shamrocks, now in her fourth inning of work. That's pretty much a common thing for softball, where you see two pitchers going the distance and step on the bag, and around third is going. That's a double play. Ashton Clouser made a big risk and it did not pay off. So the score remains the same at 6-3. And we'll be right back for the fifth inning. You're watching West Prairie softball against the Trinity Shamrocks exclusively on the West Prairie Athletic Park YouTube channel. We'll be right back for the fifth inning. We're back here about to start the top of the fifth inning. Top of the fifth inning, here we go. And leading off for the Shamrocks, and hit by pitch here is Molly Whitmire. First pitch and hit by a pitch. And still on the mound for the Mustangs is Addie Weist. Line score for Lauren Foster, 3 in the third inning, facing 19 batters, had 1 strikeout, gave up 4 hits and 3 earned runs. All 3 of those runs back in the fourth inning. Up next here is Taylor Lawrence, and she looks at ball 1. And this ball is fouled back, and that'll be strike 1. One ball, 1 strike here to the Trinity third baseman Taylor Lawrence. That's the next pitch. That's down low. Ball 2. Lawrence 1 for 2. She had a leadoff double in the fourth inning. And this pitch is hit high in the air, heading out towards left field. And it's going to be caught by Ashton Krauser, and that's the first out. Lawrence now 1 for 3 in the game. One ball, no strikes now to Aubrey Holtzapfel. 6-3 ball game here on the top of the fifth. We got a good game here, ladies and gentlemen. Home opener for the Mustangs. This ball splattered around and taking off for second is Molly Whitmire, and she's got to get there. What is got to be ruled a passed ball. 2 balls to no strikes to count to Aubrey Holtzapfel. Two balls, no strikes to the count. Here's the next pitch. Swing and a miss from Holtzapfel. Holtzapfel had a double, a bizarre double in the fourth inning that did not score a run. So she's 1 for 2 heading into this at-bat. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out here with a runner on second after the pass ball. And slow breaking ball. Corey Klein could not come up with it, and it's got to be a wild pitch here for Whitmire to go to third. Gotta be ball 3. I know we mentioned we were going to have a special announcement after the last half inning. We forgot to do that, so we're going to do that in between innings here after this half inning. And there's a swing and a miss. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Full count pitch here, and did not go off the bat. No, it did not. So it's got to be ball 4. From here, it looked like it went off of something. But it's going to be ball 4. Now Trinity has runners at the corners here with only 1 out. And the tying run is coming to the plate. And the tying run is going to be Ariel Cook. She had a base hit in the second. She walked and never came around to score in the 4th, making her 1 for 1. And first pitch up high, taking off for second, and nothing doing. And yep, taking off for second for a little bit was Holtzapfel, but then she decided to go back. Ball 1 here to Ariel Cook. There's the swing. This is going to be popped up and caught by the second baseman, Jada Swarner. And that is the big out number 2. And here's Eric Gist now. Designated player for the Shamrocks. 0 for 2. She struck out swinging her last time out. And there is ball 1. West Prairie softball, they may never be as good as they were in 2019, winning the state championship. And if it were for COVID, they probably would have had a shot of doing that again in 2020. And there's a swing and miss. But the future is bright for West Prairie softball. A great youth organization here. And it's still a young team, but they have a few seniors with that experience. Like, none of these girls on the softball team today were in that state championship team. The last one on that team to graduate was Nevaeh Wisman White. Graduated a year ago. She was on the state championship team. She was the last known player on that state championship team to graduate. 1 ball, 2 strike pitch, and it's got to be stopped, and ground ball to second, and the force at second base, and that will do it. Fielder's choice to end it, to end the 5th inning, and no score. No runs or no hits for the Shamrocks, leaving 2 runners left on base. And we have an announcement to make here. A little bit of a sad update here. It was confirmed yesterday. One of our most loyal fans, a great baseball player as well in the history of West Prairie baseball. Yesterday we learned, or earlier today, it was confirmed that Mel Armstrong has passed away yesterday at the age of 81. Mel Armstrong was a long-time wrestling fan here at West Prairie. He never was a wrestler here at West Prairie, but he would always come down to support his favorite wrestler, which was Nolan Ziegler. And Mel Armstrong was a really good baseball pitcher here. He was a pitcher for the Mustangs a long time ago. He even played in the minor leagues after graduating from West Prairie. He's one of the only West Prairie players to be drafted straight out of high school, but never made it to the major leagues. We will most sincerely miss Mel Armstrong coming down for baseball games and to all the wrestling matches. May he rest in peace, Mel Armstrong. He was 81 years old. Back here now for the bottom of the 5th inning. Trinity Shamrocks had an opportunity with the tying run coming up to plate in the top of the 5th inning. West Prairie holding strong here. And it's 8-9-1 here. Stood up for the Mustangs. So far, it's been a very clean game for the West Prairie Mustangs. And here is Carly Cleveland now. 2 for 2. And she rips the first pitch. And this goes off the left fielder. And this is going to be ruled an E7. Danny Knotts is the left fielder for Trinity. And Carly Cleveland goes over to second. So an E7 to start the game. To start the fifth inning, I should say. And here is Jada Swarner. Swarner, 1 for 2. She scored twice. She reached on a fielder's choice her last time up. And she had an RBI triple in the second inning. And she looks at strike one. No scoring update yet for West Prairie Baseball. They are playing at home right across campus here. They are facing Chuniana Indians right now. A game that was originally scheduled for tomorrow that got pushed to today. No balls and 2 strikes to Jada Swarner. Hoping to get a couple scoring updates for West Prairie Baseball. And 1 ball and 2 strikes after that pitch misses the strike zone. West Prairie did not score in the 4th inning, and they scored at least 1 run in each of the first 3. And there's a called first strike. Swarner down on strikes. And that becomes out number 1. Carly Cleveland staying put at second. And back to the top of the lineup here, Emily McCurdy. 4th at bat for her. She's 2 for 3 with a single and a RBI double in her last at bat. And there's ball 1 in the dirt. And next pitch, and McCurdy getting the bunt down, and is it going to be in time? And well, this is a weird sight. Great defensive effort, trying to get the bunt down, and did not go through, and getting Emily McCurdy out. Officially, it's ruled a 5-3, but that becomes out number 2. It's actually a sacrifice bunt. Actually, that's how we'll mark it down. Sacrifice bunt, so no official at bat there. Carly Cleveland goes over to third on that bunt, and Lauren Foster is up to the plate now. 2 for 3. She had a ground ball last time that resulted in an RBI, so she's 2 for 3. She has 3 RBIs in this game, and now she's facing a 2-0 count. Lauren Foster, the original pitcher, now third baseman. Right now, she is the difference maker right now for the Mustangs. She has 3 RBIs in this game. And this ball is ripped hard out towards center field. And center field is calling for it, and that will end the inning. Nice play for Molly Manny to make that grab, and no score in this inning for the 5th. We are going to the 6th inning, still a 6-3 lead for the Mustangs. You are watching West Prairie Softball home opener against the Trinity Shamrocks, exclusively on the West Prairie Athletic Park YouTube channel. We'll be right back for the top of inning number 6. We are back here now for the top of inning number 6. The soccer game has just concluded behind me here. And here we go. 6th inning, time running out on the Trinity Shamrocks. As it's 9-1-2 hitters due up for the Shamrocks. Here is Bridget Schalk. Schalk had an RBI single in her last at-bat, making her 1 for 2, and she swings at the first pitch, taken up by Wheats over to Alexa Frederick at first, and that's a quick out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out. Back to the top of the lineup here for the Shamrocks. Here's Molly Manny, and Manny looks at strike 1. So far for Trinity, 3 runs on just 4 hits. Yeah, 3 runs and 3 hits in the 4th inning. And here's the swing line drive. That's got to be a base hit for the Shamrocks. Molly Manny, center fielder McCurley having trouble with it. Gets it over to second, but not in time. And it's got to be a double. 1 out double for Molly Manny. This game is not over. It's not by a long shot. 5 outs to work with are the Trinity Shamrocks. Here is Ali Aschenbrenner. She hit a sacrifice fly in her last plate appearance. She's 0 for 1 so far in this game. And she swings at the first pitch, and this goes foul out at the junior varsity baseball field. That is strike 1. Major League Baseball is back. The Philadelphia Phillies taking on the Texas Rangers tomorrow at 1 o'clock on Fox 43. And there's a hard hit and good effort there by the second baseman, Jada Swarner, but wasn't thrown the first 9 times, so it's got to be rolled an infield single for Ali Aschenbrenner. Molly Manny goes over to third on the play. And here's Maddie Smith, the tying run up to the plate. And first pitch swing, Alexa Frederick is going to make that behind the back catch. But a run is going to come across the score. And Maddie Smith, first pitch swinging, and rolls a sacrifice fly for an RBI. And that's out number 2, but it's now a 2-run ball game, 6-4. What a great play there for Alexa Frederick. But it still results in an RBI. Might have been better off to just letting that ball drop in foul territory. So I run one cover across the score. But Monty May scores from third. Aschenbrenner stays put at first. So 2 outs down with a runner on first. And this ball will get away, and this is going to be a wild pitch. Aschenbrenner goes over to second. This is Molly Whitmire, by the way, batting for the Shamrocks. And she's now the tying plate. Westbury 4 outs away from getting a home opening win, but they're only ahead by 2. Not a very comfortable lead by any stretch. And next pitch is popped up high in the air and caught by Lauren Foster, and that will end the inning. Trinity gets 1 more, but they still trail by 2 runs now, 6-4 after 5.5 innings. We'll go to the bottom half of inning number 6 in just a moment. bottom half of inning number 6 we go. West Perry is 3 outs away from getting their first win of the season and first win at home this season. Their home opener here today. And West Perry's 3 outs away from doing that. But first, they're going to try to get some insurance runs. And it's 3, 4, and 5 hitters stood up for the West Perry Mustangs. Here's Taylor Looper now. She is 2 for 3. She lined out to the third baseman. And here she goes for an infield single. But to no avail, it's got to be, or was it ruled dead at the plate? Apparently it was. It was a foul ball, so we'll do it again. Taylor Lufer back to the box, facing an 0-1 count. I guess it was ruled dead. It might have been, ball might have touched Taylor Lufer on the way to first. So dead ball there, and we'll do it again. And there's ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike here to the West Perry shortstop. The heart of the line, I'm not doing a whole lot here for the Mustangs. Only 3 for 9 for 3, 4, and 5 hitters. 2 balls and 1 strike. And here's a swing, and that will get fouled to make the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. West Perry softball will be back in action here at home on Monday, as they will take on the James Buchanan Rockets at 3:30. Trinity will be right back in action tomorrow in a tournament hosted by Bishop McDevitt tomorrow. They'll be facing York Catholic at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Of course, if that tournament does have a heavy rain is predicted for our friends at ABC 27 Weather Center, that ball was hit hard, but line drive foul. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And I heard the weather is supposed to be a lot better starting next Monday. Gonna see temperatures near 70 on Monday. And there's a swing and a miss. Taylor Lufer down on strikes for the first out of the inning. That's strikeout number 4. For Maddie Smith. Still in the pitching circle for the Shamrocks through 5 innings. And here's a first pitch swing, and Allison Krauser is down on a line out to the shortstop. And that's out number 2. Two very quick outs here. And here's the number 5 hitter, Addie Weist. She hit the ball hard, but reached second on the error by the center fielder. So she is officially 0 for 3. And she takes the first pitch for ball 1 inside. That'll be our, by the way, Monday will be our next broadcast here on the West Bay Athletic Pro YouTube channel. Very rare that we have a game originally scheduled for a Monday. But we have a couple of them, in fact, this season. 2 balls and no strikes to the new pitcher, Addie Weist. 6-4 ball game. West Perry 3 outs away, but looking for insurance runs with 2 outs here in the bottom half of inning number 6. 3 balls, no strikes. And 3-0 pitch is in there for a called strike 1. There was some talk earlier in this game if we were actually going to get this game in or not, but the rain started to hold up and it started raining. We're starting to feel a few drops here again. But we should be good for the rest of the day, surprisingly. That ball was fouled away. So 3 balls, 2 strikes now after starting at about 3-0. Good job for Maddie Smith to get back into this count. Comes the 3-2, up high, ball 4, Addie Weist. Comes the 2-out base runner. Here comes Molly Nelson. Fourth plate appearance, she's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. She walked back in the first inning. And now we're going to have a pinch runner here. Celine Hoffman pinch running for Addie Wiest, the pitcher. So Celine Hoffman now over at first. And Molly Nelson. Not a great day batting today. 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. One looking, one swinging. And man, time really does fly. That's a middle school soccer is done behind me here. Actually, pretty much everyone is gone. I don't even know how long. See, that's how focused I am towards this softball game. Still no scoring updates for West Prairie baseball. They are at home right now against Juniata down the road from here on the other side of the West Prairie High School campus. A little bit of a delay right there, looking for a fresh set of game balls. And first pitch to Nelson is fouled off for strike one. Oh, I guess we did miss a pitch. There was actually 2 strikes. So there is 2 strikes now. And there's call, strike 3. Molly Nelson goes down on strikes for a 3rd time today, and the inning is over. 1 base runner for the Mustangs, but nothing doing. We are heading to the top of the 7th and final inning. West Prairie needing 3 outs for the first win of the season. And right here on our home opener, we'll be right back for the top of the 7th inning. We're back here, top half of inning number 7. West Prairie needing 3 outs for opening day win at home. West Prairie 0-2 hang into today after 2 tough losses to Colonial Division rivals Big Spring and Shippensburg. And now up by 2, needing 3 outs. Addie Wiest swing on the first pitch and swing on the first pitch and a hard foul ball. Trinity thought all his extra bases all the way for Taylor Lawrence, the leadoff batter. 5, 6, and 7 here is stood up for the Shamrocks. Very doable as all 3 of these next hitters have scored once in this game. Lawrence 1 for 3. She had a base hit, came around, had a leadoff double in fact in the 4th inning, and there's ball 1. This is a dangerous part of the lineup for the Trinity Shamrocks. Doing very well in this game. Each with 1 hit. And here's the line drive, and that's going to be a grounder out to center field and a leadoff base hit. And just like that, the tying run is coming up to the plate. Very good game here for the home opener for West Prairie softball. And here's Aubrey Holtzapfel. Holtzapfel, 1 for 2. She had a double in the 2nd. She walked her last time up. And quick throw over to first. Nothing doing. strike one on Holzapfel. The 0-1 swung, fouled back, strike two. Trinity Shamrocks looking for their third win of the season. They are 2-1 after 3 games. Coming off a dominant victory against Camp Hill yesterday. And there's a call, strike three. That's out number one. West Perry 2 outs away from a home opening win. Up next here is Ariel Cook. Ariel Cook, 1 for 2. She had a base hit in the second inning, walked in, and they were carrying around to score in the fourth. And this hard foul ball down the first base line, and that's strike one. If you're Trinity right now, all you have to do is get runners on base. Nothing fancy here. You got the tying run at the plate here. And you gotta get at least 2 runs to at least force another half inning. There's ball 1 to Cook. 1 ball, 1 strike. Very chilly ball game here, a little bit wet as well, but the weather has held off for at least a little bit. And there's ball 2 to Cook. Two balls, 1 strike to the Shamrocks right fielder. Eric Gist is on deck. And there is ball 3. The Shamrocks are looking to get the tying run on base. Here comes the 3-1 pitch from Wiest. And that is up high, ball 4. And now the go-ahead run is coming up to the plate. Taylor Lawrence goes over to second. And here's Eric Gist. Not a great day for her, however. She is 0 for 3. Fielder's choice to end the 5th inning. In her last at bat, she struck out in the 4th inning. And she popped out to the second baseman back in the 2nd inning. We got a good game now. The tying runs are on base. We saw this yesterday for West Perry baseball against Shippensburg in the last half inning, in the last inning when they had a tying run on base but could not cash in. Again, the Trinity Shamrocks tried to reverse the scorebook here. Here's Eric Gist. First pitch to her on the big spot is inside for ball 1. Bottom of the lineup has done well for the Shamrocks. And next pitch is outside for ball 2. Big spot here for Addie Wiest and the West Perry Mustangs. The 2-0 pitch from Wiest, swung on, fouled away, strike 1. We encourage everyone to stick around for the West Perry Athletic Department post-game report. We'll have all the final stats for you and what's next for both of these teams. And here's a swing, and that's got to get fouled away for strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes to the Trinity designated player. Bridget Schock is on deck. 1 out, runners on first and second. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. And slow breaking ball, called strike 3. A surprising take there for Ari Gist. And that's out number 2. The Shamrocks are down to their final out. And it's Bridget Schock, the number 9 hitter for the Shamrocks lineup card. The first baseman. She had an RBI single in the 4th inning. And first pitch to her is up high for ball 1. Ron Foster will be credited with the win. Should the Westbury Mustangs hang on. The next pitch, swing, line drive, foul, strike one. One ball, one strike, one out, runners on first and second. Here's the next pitch, and oh, that hits her! Up high and it gets shocked. Seems to be okay, but now the bases are loaded with 2 outs. And back to the top of the lineup for the Trinity Shamrocks. And Westbury head coach Corey Schupp realizes that in a really big spot, only needing 1 more out. If you're Molly Manny coming up to bat, what do? Do you try to go for the fences and perhaps take or tie the game? A base hit to the outfield would most certainly tie this game up. Or do you go for even further than that and try to go the distance? Molly Manny has a base hit. She had a double in the last inning. She is 1 for 2. She had walked twice in this game, and she had a double in her last at bat. Now with the bases loaded, and there's ball 1. Tying run is at second base. The go-ahead run is at first base. Westbury needing 1 more out, and there's ball 2. This is a good strategy here for Trinity head coach Glenn Rinchard. We saw him talking to Molly Manning before this at-bat, saying, I'm pretty sure the message was, do not swing until you get a strike, because Weast is having a very hard time finding the strike zone right now, and there is ball 3. Trinity is 1 pitch away from making this a 1-run ball game. Very big spot here. 3-0 the count. Bases are loaded. The 3-0 from Weast in the dirt, ball 4. And a run is going to come across the score. And it's a 1-run ball game. So the tying run now at third base, and at first pitch swing popped up and foul. Ali Aschenbrenner, she had a base hit in her last at bat, and she swings at the first pitch and fouls it off. Tying run at third base, go-ahead runs are at second and first base. And next pitch swinging, fouled away, strike 2. The Shamrocks are down to their final strike. Fans are on their feet for this one. The 0-2 pitch coming out from Addie Weast. Here it is. Up high, ball 1. Whew, that was close. That was very close. Good take there from Aschenbrenner. She had a sacrifice fly in the 4th inning. Has a chance to take the lead, and a swing, line drive, foul. Ooh, that looked like trouble. But it's well foul. Still 1 ball and 2 strikes. Trinity still down to their final strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bases are loaded. A 1-run ball game. The 1-2 in the dirt. Ball 2. Good stop there for Carly Cleland. Makes it 2 balls and 2 strikes. Mid-Penn Colonial Division versus Mid-Penn Capital Division. Non-division matchup in the Mid-Penn Conference, and it's a good one. The 2-2 high curveball just misses. trying to get that strikeout for the second time in this inning on that slow breaking ball. But now it's a full count. All three base runners will be on the move. Here's the 3-2 and it's fouled away. Trinity Shamrock bench getting fired up. The dugout is getting loud for the Shamrocks. Full count pitch, 2 outs, bases loaded. Here it is. And some Mustangs thought that was strike 3, but it was ball 4, and now we have a tie game. Back-to-back walks to tie this game up, and the bases are still loaded. We saw Shay Dyer right here in front of us. He thought that was strike 3, and it was close. But it was ball 4, and now we have a tie ball game here in the 7th inning. West Prairie will have another half inning to work with. And there's ball 1. All this with 2 outs, ladies and gentlemen. This is Matty Smith, the pitcher, with a huge sigh of relief. And she has a chance to give the Shamrocks the lead here for the first time. There is strike 1 to Smith. Officially, it will be a no decision for Lauren Foster now that we have a tie ball game. Weiss can win this game with a run in the bottom half. And here's a swing. That is going to get a foul for strike 2. What an unbelievable turn of events here. West Prairie was up 6-0 early in this game after 3 innings. Now, the Shamrocks have struck back with 6 unanswered runs. And next pitch is away, and that's ball 2. The good news is for West Prairie, if they can hang on and keep this game tied, you have Alexa Frederick leading off in the bottom of the 7th. And this pitch is fouled away, still 2 balls and 2 strikes. Like Alexa Frederick has that big time power, she can end the game with 1 swing of the bat. So there is hope for the Mustangs. They just need to keep this game tied. On this next pitch, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here it is. Swing high in the air, and this will definitely stay in play for Shay Dyer, and Shay Dyer's going to make the grab for the 3rd out. But the Shamrocks get 2 runs on back-to-back walks with the bases loaded. And we're going to the bottom half of inning number 7, tied at 6. Don't go anywhere. We got an exciting finish coming up here. Who would have seen this coming? Bottom of the 7th inning, the Mustangs had a 6-0 lead after 3 innings, and they have been kept scoreless ever since. Trinity, with 6 unanswered runs, had 2 runs in the top half of the 7th with 2 runs on 1 hit, leaving the bases loaded. But here comes Alexa Frederick, the big-time power threat, and she can end this game with 1 swing of the bat. And she looks at strike 1. Home opener for the West Prairie Mustangs. And here's a swing, and that is popped up. And it's got to be caught by the second baseman, Ali Aschenbrenner. And that's the 1st out. Up next here is Carly Cleland. She has reached base in every single at-bat for her. She reached on an error her last time up. She is 2 for 3. Carly Cleland, the senior, she swings at the first pitch, and this is popped up, and it's going to be caught by the catcher, Molly Whitmire, and very quickly, there are 2 away now. 2 outs on 3 pitches. And here's the number 9 hitter, Jada Swarner. She started this game in the 2nd inning with a triple. And there is ball 1. Jada Swarner, a freshman, scored twice in this game, but she struck out looking her last time up. Officially, she's 1 for 3. And there is strike 1. Here's the next pitch. That's in the dirt for ball 2. Trinity is 1 out away from forcing extra innings. Here's the next pitch. A swing high in the air out towards the first base line. Trouble! And caught! Caught by Ariel Cook. And one of the Trinity players is a little slow to get up. That is number 20, Ali Aschenberg, collision down the first baseline. Nonetheless, the inning is over, and we're going to extra innings here. And it looks like she's going to be okay. Has to limp up a little bit, and that actually doesn't look so good. So the inning is over nonetheless. And we're going to extra innings. We're going to top half of the 8th inning coming up in just a moment. First home game of the season for the West Plains Mustangs, and it's going to extra innings. Top half of the 8th inning coming up, and it's 4, 5, and 6 hitters, the heart of the lineup, due up for the Trinity Shamrocks. Here comes Molly Whitmire. Remember, the Mustangs have a 10-game winning streak against the Shamrocks, and they were up 6-0 after 3 innings. But here we go, inning number 8. First home game and first extra innings game of the season. Well, great comeback for the Trinity Shamrocks. And here's Molly Whitmire. Whitmire swings at the first pitch and fouls it back, and it's going to stay foul for strike 1. Trinity Shamrocks in the last 4 innings have scored 6 runs on 6 hits. It could have been a lot worse because Trinity had the bases loaded in the last 3 at-bats, nonetheless, in the last half inning, in the last inning. And that ball goes off of the foot of Weist, and that is going to be ruled a base hit. And there's your go-ahead run on base. Molly Whitmire reaches on an infield single. Now, timeout's got to be called here to check on Addie Weist, the freshman, having a really good pitching performance before that last inning. And now already giving up a leadoff single. That was a hard line drive off her foot, it looked like. So time out here to check on the pitcher. Trinity Shamrocks goes back to work tomorrow in a tournament hosted by Bishop McDevitt High School. They will be taking on York Catholic at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. West Prairie Softball will be back in action for our next broadcast here on the West Prairie Athletic Park YouTube channel. That will be on Monday, as West Prairie will host James Buchanan. And one quick pitch to see if Weiss is okay, and he says, "Yeah, I'm good. Let's keep going." I'm all right. It's only a foot. Let's keep on going. Tied at 6. The go-ahead run is now at first base after the leadoff single. And Sean's getting the bunt down, but gets down foul. Taylor Lawrence here. She got the 7th inning started with a leadoff single. Here she's going for a bunt, trying to get the go-ahead run into scoring position. The 1 strike count. Here it is. And bunt again. Pulls it back. Ball 1. Good take there for Taylor Lawrence. Lawrence is having a good game. She's 2 for 4. And she scored twice in this game. And goes that spun going around and quick flip over to first and nothing doing. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the Trinity Shamrock third baseman. Lawrence is one of 2 players on Trinity team to score twice. The other one is Ariel Cook. And here's a shot out towards center field, and McCurry reaching up and whoa, makes the catch! She makes the catch, and she might just saved the game there for the Mustangs. Just reaching up and snow cones it. Oh, man. That is the first out of the inning. And that could get West Prairie fired up, but still need 2 more outs to get out of this inning. Here's Holzapple. Holzapple swinging at the first pitch and fouls it off. Holzapple struck out looking her last time up. She's 1 for 3. She walked in the 5th inning, and she had a double and Larry Cameron to score in the 4th. 4th inning is where the Trinity Shamrocks really rallied here, down behind 6-0, and they scored 3 in the 4th, 1 in the 6th inning, and 2 runs to tie it up in the 7th. And this ball goes up and hits the top of some bar out there in the cage, and it bounced up. Plenty of time for Whitmire to go over to second on a wild pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike. Go ahead, run now in scoring position. And that pitch is up high for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike to the Trinity shortstop. Wow, what a great play we just witnessed from Emily McCurdy reaching up. She is known for those gems out in center field. She has had a few of those great plays throughout her career. The senior pulling up all the stops, and that's why she is the center fielder. 2 balls and 2 strikes after that ball fouled off. We have a good game here. Home opener for the Mustangs. Trinity's trying to stop a 10-game losing streak against West Prairie. And that ball was low roller in the dirt. Full count now. 3 balls and 2 strikes. 1 out. Runner on second. That's Molly Whitmire. Aubrey Holzapple trying to give Trinity their first lead of the game here in extra innings. And there is ball 4. Up next here is Ariel Cook. She walked twice and scored twice. She had a base hit back in the 2nd inning. And first pitch she sees is called for strike 1. Here's the next pitch, and that's up high for ball 1. One ball, one strike pitch, and this is hammered, and it is off the wall. Trinity's going to have their first lead of the game here in extra innings, and it's going to be an RBI double for Ariel Cook. 1 run comes across the score, and the Shamrocks have their first lead of the game. Aubrey Holzapple goes over to third. Molly Whitmire scores from second. And here's the first pitch swinging, fouled away for Ari Gist. Gist is 0 for 4 in this game. She is the only Trinity Shamrocks player without a base hit. In fact, she is the only player who hasn't gone on base yet in this game. And there's strike 2 to the designated player for Trinity. Gist 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts. The 0-2 pitch cut off from Gist. And there's call strike 3. Ari Gist called on strikes for the third time. And there are 2 away now. Trinity is now 3 outs away from getting a miraculous come-from-behind victory. Here's Bridget Schalk. Schalk walked her last time up. She was stranded at third in the 7th inning. She had an RBI single back in the 4th. Officially, she's 1 for 3 with an RBI. Here comes the 1-0 pitch from Wiest. Or not. Timeout at the plate. Next pitch, and that goes behind and actually hits Schalk, so Schalk has got to reach first on a hit by pitch. I guess it just barely skid her back. And so now the bases are loaded with 2 outs for the Trinity Shamrocks. And we're back to the top of the lineup. Molly Manny, she had a walk to make a 1-run game in the 7th inning. The next 2 batters are the reasons why this game was tied heading into this inning. And now has a chance to do it again. The 6th plate appearance for Molly Manny. And check over to third and nothing doing. Ball 1 here to Manny. What a game here, ladies and gentlemen. The Shamrocks have come back from a 6-0 deficit and now have a 1-run lead. Here's the next pitch. Swing, line drive, right to Emily McCurdy, and she makes the catch, and that will end the inning. But the Trinity Shamrocks have come back from 6-0 to take a 7-6 lead after 7.5 innings. Last chance coming up for the Mustangs. In the bottom of the 8th inning, down by 1. We are back here for the bottom half of inning number 8. The Shamrocks have come back from a 6-0 deficit to force extra innings, and then the top half of the 8th gain 1 run to take their first lead of the game. And here we go for the Mustangs. Top of the lineup due up. Here is Emily McCurdy looking at ball 1. So definitely a good spot here for the Mustangs, despite being down by 1. They have a good opportunity here to get right back into this game and possibly tie this game up or maybe win this game. Here's 2-0. Remember, West Perry still looking for their first win of the season. They are 0-2 heading into today's matchup. And there's a call strike one to the West Prairie senior center fielder. Emily McCurdy having a big play, possibly saving the game for the Mustangs in the last half inning on defense. And there's called strike two, but right now for Emily McCurdy, all you have to do is get on base and perhaps get a rally started down by 1. Here's the next pitch, swing, line drive, not handled well by a third baseman, and that is something you cannot do against Emily McCurdy. Even if the third baseman knocked it down, that's Taylor Lawrence, it still wouldn't have been thrown off in time, so it's going to be rolled an infield single, the third hit of the game for Emily McCurdy. And she is the tying run on base, and here's Lauren Foster. And she swings at the first pitch and looking for center fielder Manny, and she has it. First pitch swing, Lauren Foster becomes the first out. Emily McCurdy staying put at first base. And here's Taylor Looper. Taylor Looper is 2 for 4 in this game, and she looks at strike 1. And she swings at this pitch, going out to center field, well caught by Minnie, and the Mustangs are down to their final out today. Here's Ashlyn Klauser. The last chance for the Mustangs. She swings at this pitch, caught by the center fielder, and that's the ball game. The Trinity Shamrocks have come from behind to spoil the home opener for the West Prairie Mustangs. What a game here, ladies and gentlemen. Not a great way for the home fans expecting. But the Shamrocks have now stopped a 10-game losing streak against the Mustangs. And we'll be right back in 1 minute for final stats here for our game here today. Trinity wins in extra innings 7-6. We're back here now for the West Prairie Athletic Department post-game report. A heartbreaker here for the West Prairie Mustangs. Ahead 6-0 after 3 innings. And then just like that, the Trinity Shamrocks come from behind and get a 7-6 victory in 8 innings. What a great game we just witnessed here today. Not a great game in the eyes, in the hopes of the West Prairie softball fans here, or perhaps you watching at home. But nonetheless, it was a great game against 2 fierce rivals that used to play each other twice every year throughout the years before West Prairie moved over to the Mid-Penn Conference Colonial Division. And just a great day overall, but not a great day for hopes of West Prairie softball. West Prairie now drops to 0-3 overall, and they will be back in action on Monday to take on James Buchanan in a big-time Mid-Penn Colonial Division matchup on Monday at 3:30. That will be our next broadcast here on the West Prairie Athletic Park YouTube channel. Trinity will be right back at it tomorrow at Bishop McDevitt High School for a tournament, as they will be taking on York Catholic at 11 a.m. tomorrow morning. Best of luck to the Trinity Shamrocks. For Trinity, this is their first win against West Prairie since 2014. It's been a 10-game skid for the Trinity Shamrocks, but they finally snapped it against the West Prairie Mustangs. Trinity improves to 3 wins and 1 loss overall. Final line score here for today's game. For West Prairie, 6 runs on 11 hits, no errors. No errors, and they left 10 runners on base. For Trinity, 7 runs on 9 hits, 2 errors. No, 2 errors, and they left 14 runners on base. The winning pitcher for Trinity is Maddie Smith. 8 complete innings, facing 40 batters. She struck out 5 batters, walked 3, gave up 11 hits and since in the first 3 innings, but then she found her groove, getting 5 strikeouts towards the end. And just a dollar performance in the final 5 innings for her, for Maddie Smith. That's going to do it for us here at West Prairie High School. On behalf of our athletic director Ryan Anderson, our public address announcer Brent Anderson, public address announcer Brent Anderson, our high school principal Chris Ron, and all of us here at West Prairie High School, I am Alex Wall, the Golden Pipes of West Prairie Athletics, saying so long from West Prairie High School. This has been a presentation of West Prairie softball home opener against the Trinity Shamrocks exclusively on the West Prairie Athletic Department YouTube channel. Your final score on this one, in extra innings, the Trinity Shamrocks winning 7-6.